Hi YouTube, this is Rosemary. Good morning. Yeah. I'm going to try and answer this question. And bear with me, okay guys, because I've got a lot to cover in a few minutes. I've got to run out here. I'm on my way somewhere. The question was a long letter, and in the letter, it is a question to me is repeated over and over. Did you ever feel, Miss Rosemary, did you ever feel like it was too late? This person cannot have surgery for problems that she has, and she's done diet after diet, but let me tell you, the question is for me, and so I'm going to answer it. And yes, sweetheart, I felt that way many, many times. I thought it was too late. I said every year of my life that it was too late for me. Every time I saw the number get bigger and bigger. You see, even when we were teenagers, Connie and I, there was always a nurse that would say, "Do you realize you're 100 pounds overweight?" It was never like, "Oh honey, you're 100 pounds overweight. You need to do something about it." You can do something about it. So it was always, I always felt like it was too late. I was even told, it made it sound, people would tell me, like, "You are so big. There's no more hope for you." It always sounded like that. Maybe they weren't talking like that, but in the back of my head, that's what I heard. It's too late for me. So what the hell? Yeah, I just said that. And I thought, the number's only going to get worse, so why not eat that pizza? Why not eat that delicious whatever it was? Until I fell, and it took 4 men to pick me up, and I'm trying very hard to stay on the subject, so bear with me. And when I fell, I think that if I had fallen on my rear, you know, it would have been easier for the guys to pick me up, you know. But I didn't fall that way. I fell on my stomach. I was 447 pounds, so you can imagine I couldn't even roll to my right or to my left so that I could get my bearings and sit on my bottom so the guys could pick me up this way. My knees were so bad that I couldn't even get on. I didn't have the ability to feel that I could get on my knees because I knew that that was going to be very painful. So when I saw my students looking at me, and it's funny, my students didn't look at me like, "Ha ha ha ha, Miss Rosemary, she's on the ground, ha 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 ha." No, no. I saw their faces as if they had seen me in a coffin. As if they had already buried Miss Rosemary, and I was sitting there, and I had seen one girl, and she had tears coming down her eyes because she was so, you know, like, I could just see the horrific pain on their faces. And that's when I said no more. That's when I said no more. But you know, you don't have the answer. I didn't have the answer then, right then and there. I had been on diets over and over and over and over and over and over again. Only to gain, you know, to lose 50 and gain 100. And so, there was someone in our church that had been losing some weight, and to make a long story short, it was the Atkins diet. I got on it. And every time I felt like getting off of it, I remembered those faces. I remembered the pain it was to fall. I can still feel the pain. I can still see those kids looking at me. I can still see my daughter running back and forth trying to get help, and there was no help. We finally found people to help us, but I remember all that. And I will still remember it today. So you say, did I ever feel like it was too late? Many times. But let me tell you something. Let Mama Rose talk to you right now. An inner voice came to me after I had cried out and cried out to God. And said, this is what I heard. And I heard it as if it was loud and clear. I can help you. I can give you the strength if you're willing to stay on the road. You know, it's symbolic to me when I write to you guys and say, you're on this side of the road. Woohoo! I don't say that because it's just something to say. I literally felt at that moment that God was telling me, if you're willing to stay on that road, Rosemary, I'm willing to give you the strength every day. And He did. Every morning I get up. I still get up every morning and say, God, help me to make the right choices today. And that's with everything. That's with food. That's with relationships. That's with my tongue. And that has helped me. Anyway, so when I say to myself, it's too late, I can say to myself, Rosemary, it's too late to hold your daughters in your laps. Because you know, when they were kids, even when they were kids, I couldn't hold my babies in my lap. I had to hold them like this on my stomach. I don't know if you've seen, I don't know if you've gone to that video where I think it's called Lost Video Part 2. And it talks about the gentleman that helped me up. And he says, you know, I used to hold my Bible on my stomach and turn the pages. He remembers that. I used to hold my babies on my stomach because I had no lap. I was that big. You know, I don't have to really show you guys. Most of you have been where I've been. That's why I love this community. But you know what? I can't hold my daughters in my lap. But you know what? I can hold my grandbabies in my lap. I can hold a child from church on my lap. And that brings joy to me now. Yeah, it's too late to run a marathon for me because of my knees that grind. But you know what? I walk and jog every day, or every other day. I love it. It's not too late to do that. It's too late to tell my mother that did her best being a mom, because I even tell my kids, you know what, guys? You did not come with instructions. I've made my mistake with my children. My mother made mistakes with me. But it's too late for me to tell her a lot of things that I wish I had told her. But it's not too late to hear the words of my girls, or to tell my own sister that to me is more than a sister, what she means to me. To tell my husband what he means to me. It's not too late for those things. It's not too late for you, my sweetheart. I call everybody sweetheart. It's not too late for you to say right now, I'm going to make the right choice. I'm going to take everything that distracts me, the sweets, the things that make me fat, I'm going to start today. And I'm going to ask for my inner strength every day to help me make the right choice. Pull from your inner strength. When you want a soda, think about how delicious a glass of water is when you're so thirsty. Think about that. When you want that chocolate, you know, try sugar-free and try one, not the whole bag. I would suggest to buy one bar, you know, a little bar. They're sold. They're sold at Trader Joe's. I have this, I still have that Fern, Banded Fern gave me. Dark chocolate wedges. These have For 2 pieces, they have, and it's only 70 calories. They have 6 carbs and 3 sugars. And it's just a little chocolate wedge. And they've been sitting in here for a while. I have quite a few still. But you've got to make those choices now. It's not too late for you. It will never be too late until you are in the dirt. That's when it's too late. That's when you can't do anything about it. I love you guys, and thanks for these questions. I'm sorry that I get so emotional, but remember that this community is about sharing. And when you share from the heart, when you give your stories like this, I know that I've been in so many of your shoes, and I have walked, I still have a lot of road to walk, and who knows what is going to hit me, tomorrow. I don't know. But I always think about, I don't say, oh, poor Rosemary. No, I just say there's another lesson to be learned. So yes, I was desperate for many years, year after year after year. I didn't do anything about it until I was in my 40s, so, and I'm almost 49, so it's never too late. I love you guys, and I'll be back. I hope I could help. Let me know.